Have you ever wondered how ancient farmers in the heart of the Amazon turned some of the world's poorest soils into black, fertile, self-regenerating earth that still thrives today, centuries later? The secret isn't high-tech fertilizers or modern equipment. It's Terra Preta, the mysterious black earth of the Amazon, a soil so rich that it can grow abundant crops year after year without chemical help. This is a secret modern farmers have nearly forgotten, but one we can rediscover. And the best part? You can recreate it in your own garden. Imagine standing in the Amazon rainforest. The soil around you is thin, reddish, and almost lifeless, typical of tropical regions where heavy rains wash away nutrients. Yet, in scattered patches, archaeologists have found deep black soils teeming with life. These are Terra Preta de Indio, literally, Indian black earth. For centuries, these pockets of fertile land puzzled scientists. How could indigenous people living thousands of years ago transform infertile clay into a self-renewing soil ecosystem? Modern soil tests revealed something astonishing. These soils are still incredibly fertile today, hundreds, even thousands, of years after they were made. The backbone of Terra Preta is biochar, a form of charcoal made by burning organic matter, like wood, crop waste, or husks, in low oxygen. The result is a porous black carbon structure that doesn't decompose easily. When ancient Amazonians mixed this biochar with compost, bones, fish scraps, pottery shards, and plant residues, they created a living soil sponge. Biochar's tiny pores provide perfect homes for beneficial microbes and fungi. These microscopic allies help break down organic matter, store nutrients, and keep them available for plants. Meanwhile, the charcoal holds on to moisture and minerals, preventing them from being washed away. The result? A self-fertilizing system that keeps getting better over time, unlike modern agricultural soils, which often degrade year after year. Somewhere along the road to industrial agriculture, we traded soil wisdom for chemical convenience. We began to see soil as a lifeless medium, something to dump NPK fertilizer into rather than a living community to nurture. The Amazonian farmers never made that mistake. Their approach was circular, not linear. Waste became wealth. Every bit of organic matter, bones, crop residues, kitchen ash, went back into the ground. Over time, this created deep, resilient fertility. Modern farmers, on the other hand, often burn residues, till away structure, and pour on synthetic fertilizers that feed plants but starve the soil life that sustains long-term fertility. Terra Preta teaches us that soil isn't just dirt, it's an ecosystem. Recreating Terra Preta isn't just a neat gardening trick, it's a climate solution, a soil regeneration strategy, and a way to reclaim independence from chemical inputs. Biochar can lock carbon in the ground for thousands of years, helping offset carbon dioxide emissions while improving soil health. Even a small backyard compost pile can become a modern black earth project. With patience and the right mix, you can grow food in living soil that gets richer each season, not poorer. And unlike synthetic fertilizers that wash away in the rain, biochar stays put, anchoring nutrients exactly where your plants need them. Let's get practical. You don't need a rainforest or ancient pottery to recreate Terra Preta. You just need organic matter, charcoal, and a little patience. Step 1. Make or source biochar. You can make biochar by slowly burning organic waste, like branches, coconut shells, or corn cobs, in a large, low-oxygen environment, which is a process called pyrolysis. If that sounds complicated, you can buy pre-made biochar from sustainable sources. Just make sure it's clean and unactivated. Step 2. Charge your biochar. Raw biochar is like a sponge. It can soak up nutrients, but if you add it straight to the soil, it might initially pull them away from your plants. The trick is to charge it first. Mix it with compost, worm castings, or manure tea, and let it sit for a few weeks. This allows the biochar to absorb nutrients and beneficial microbes. Step 3. Mix it into your compost or garden beds. Once charged, mix the biochar into your compost heap or directly into your soil. A good starting ratio is about 10 to 20% biochar by volume. Add kitchen waste, leaves, and even crushed bones if available, just like the ancient Amazonians did. Step 4. Keep feeding the soil. Terra Preta is a living process. Keep adding organic matter year after year. Every batch of compost or leaf litter you add helps your soil evolve into something extraordinary. A black, crumbly, life-filled medium that smells like the forest floor after rain. Modern research confirms what indigenous farmers discovered long ago. The carbon in biochar forms stable bonds that resist decomposition for centuries. Microbes thrive in its microscopic pores, forming colonies that improve nutrient cycling. Soils enriched with biochar show better water retention and drought resistance, stronger root systems, higher microbial diversity, reduced fertilizer needs, and greater resilience to erosion and acidification. What's more, Terra Preta regenerates itself. Microbes and fungi build organic carbon faster than it breaks down. It's the closest thing to a perpetual fertility engine nature allows. When I first tried creating a Terra Preta-inspired compost mix on my small homestead, I was skeptical. The first batch looked like burnt debris, but after a few months of composting and microbial charging, the results were jaw-dropping. The soil turned darker, softer, and richer than any garden bed I'd ever worked with. Earthworms multiplied like never before, and my crops, especially leafy greens, grew lush and vibrant even through dry spells. The difference wasn't just visible, it was alive. Once you experience soil like that, there's no going back. Recreating Terra Preta in your garden is more than a technique, it's a philosophy of regeneration. It's about giving back to the earth, not just taking from it. Every handful of biochar, every compost layer, every leaf returned to the soil brings you closer to what the Amazon's ancient farmers achieved, a system where waste disappears, fertility multiplies, and the soil lives. You don't need to be a scientist or a farmer with acres of land. You can start in a single garden bed, a compost pile, or even a few pots on your balcony. The secret is patience, curiosity, and care. The soil will reward you, and future generations, for it. Terra Preta reminds us that ancient knowledge still holds the answers modern farming has been searching for. We don't need to reinvent nature, we just need to listen to her, as the Amazonians once did. Every gardener, every farmer, and every soil steward can bring this forgotten art back to life. It starts with a spark, some carbon, and a willingness to experiment. So the next time you compost, think black, think living, think Terra Preta. If this story inspired you to look at soil differently, imagine what we can do together. On Soil Sage Chronicles, we dive deep into these forgotten farming secrets, exploring the ancient, the practical, and the truly transformative ways to bring your soil back to life. Don't let this ancient wisdom fade again. Subscribe to Soil Sage Chronicles, share this story with a fellow gardener, and let's rebuild the earth one handful of black soil at a time.